Welcome to Spoken Reviews, home of the Spoken Reviews. Today we're doing a follow-up video on our Sentry mode battery drain test with a battery drain with having the vehicle sitting for the last 4 days without Sentry mode. So on our last video with the 4680 Model Y, we left Texas and went to Disneyland for 6 days, and we saw an average of 7% battery drain per day with the vehicle just sitting in the garage. So really interesting video, really good experiment. It basically confirmed that the battery drain for the 4680 Model Y is the same as the other Model Ys. Had a lot of good comments, and what we wanted to do is we actually wanted to repeat the experiment but this time not to have Sentry mode on, just to have the car parked. So for the last 4 days, we've had the car parked in the garage. Haven't gotten inside of it, haven't touched it. And I'll actually put up a screenshot so you guys can actually see on my Tesla driving score. You can kind of see the screenshot. You'll see that there's been no driving score the last 4 days because the car hasn't been touched or moved. So what we're going to do is we're going to see what the battery drain is now after it's just been sitting here for 4 days, and we're going to compare it to the battery drain with Sentry mode on. So this is interesting. So again, it's been 4 days since I've even opened the Tesla, and I didn't realize that they had pushed over basically a little update saying, hey guys, there's a ton of demand on the grid in Texas. If you can please avoid charging during peak grid times, it'd be helpful. So that's actually pretty cool. Just another small cool thing that makes Tesla Tesla, right? All right, guys, so here we have it. So after 4 days of sitting parked, and this is 4 full days, sitting parked, haven't even touched the vehicle, haven't opened the door or anything, we've experienced 1% battery drain. So yeah, that's a huge difference and a lot better. I was expecting, like 1% per day. I wasn't expecting 1% over 4 days. So that's pretty impressive. Maybe now we're getting into some of the benefits of the 4680 Model Y. So I recently had a 2019 Model 3 long range rear-wheel drive that I'd got like March 2019. And with that vehicle, my experience was basically if I left it there parked 1% a day, I would lose. So yeah, I'm really surprised that over 4 days, we're only seeing 1% over 4 days. So that's really impressive because there's a lot of stuff happening just with the vehicle and the computer always going on in the background. Maybe this is just an improvement with the 4680 Model Y, or people, please, if you have another Model Y, I'd love to kind of get your feedback. So please leave it in the comments of, hey, if you leave your vehicle for 4 days, unplugged, no Sentry mode, what type of battery drain are you seeing? So guys, let's unpack this and talk about what this means. So in theory, if I were to, have done the same experiment with Sentry mode versus without Sentry mode. So if I'd have went to the airport and left it for 6 days with Sentry mode, I would have lost, 42% of the battery, versus if I would have left the same vehicle at the airport without Sentry mode, and I would have lost, maybe 1 to 2% of the battery. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. The biggest hesitation that I have with leaving the vehicle for a long time without Sentry mode is just that there's just the random Tesla haters, and we all see those videos out there where people randomly, we'll key a Tesla, we'll scratch a Tesla, we'll just do, it's like the random petty stuff, and I don't understand what it is about Tesla that captures so much hate from other people. I just don't understand it, but we've all seen those videos posted. So, I would say that leaving a Model Y without Sentry mode would be the equivalent of like leaving, like a 5 Series BMW, in my opinion, right? People might argue with that. Would you want to drive your 5 Series to the airport and leave it there? Or would you want to take your, quote unquote beater to the airport? I think a lot of people would take the non-luxury vehicle and leave it at the airport, just knowing that stuff can happen. They're not going to be there. Sentry mode does kind of at least give you evidence if something does happen. And the big downside is, hey, if I want to have the evidence to, prove to the insurance or for the claim or whatever, if I want that path, I have the risk of, losing 7% a day. So very interesting. I don't know. I'm not at a full conclusion yet. I'm probably still hesitant to leave it at the airport. I'm still the guy that parks the Tesla at the back of the parking lot just because I understand that people just have this random hate. I don't know. I don't get it. So I'd probably continue to leave the cheaper vehicles at the airport. But if I was in a crunch and I had to leave the Tesla, I would hope that it would be a short enough time period that I could leave it with Sentry mode on. So I just don't feel comfortable leaving it without Sentry mode at an airport, just because, until people can stop the Tesla hate, I wouldn't do it. Anyways, guys, hopefully this is helpful. Once again, with Sentry mode, 7% a day. Without Sentry mode, you're going to be losing less than 1% a day. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it was helpful. Hopefully maybe it can spark some discussion in the comments. Again, 4680 Model Y, really impressed with it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the thumbs up for me and sub to the channel. Thanks a lot and have a great day.